So before we start, here's the finished makeup look. Can you tell? Take a guess, you guys. Which side is high-end and which side is drugstore? Which side? I don't think we can tell. Okay, let's get into the video. Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching. In today's video, I have some dupes. So some of these I have tested and some of them I'm gonna test today for the first time. So of course I have no makeup on. I have done my morning skincare. I'll link that video above and down below in case you're curious as to the products I use, but let's get into this video. I think what I'll do, let me just get my hair out of the way here. So high-end side, low-end side. I will at the end have to go through and add up all these products. I think I'll do that while I'm linking them, and when I'm all done, I'll put side-by-side prices. I'm sure it's gonna be drastic. So for the high-end side, now I did do a dupes video at least a year ago. I wanna say, well, maybe actually a little over a year ago. Anyways, and so I had talked about this primer. So this is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is one of my holy grail primers. This is $81. Stop it. That's outrageous. But I am going to put this on because I do love it and I do reach for it all the time. You can see I've used a good amount of it and this is probably my third one of these. I don't even know for sure. So I do take a good amount. It's just like a really thick moisturizer. But you know what? If you have really dry skin, if you have easily irritated skin like I do, this product is just a lifesaver for me. It does have quite a strong scent. It's citrusy. I would say it's a citrusy scent. It just feels good on my skin. And I can put it up around my eyes. There's no irritation there. It hydrates. So I know I've said it before, but I'm 47. I have wrinkles, I have fine lines, I have crepiness. I've got, you know, some jowling happening now, so that's fantastic. Let's push it up. I have sensitive dry skin, very, very dry skin, very, very sensitive and reactive skin. So this product is fantastic and it works great. I can't remember, in my last dupes video, I duped this. What did I dupe it with? I can't remember. Anyways, but the one I'm gonna dupe it with today, I don't think this was the same one I did last time, but this is from Good Molecules and it's their Silicone-Free Priming Moisturizer. It is a very similar texture. It's a little bit lighter. It has really no scent. Does it say unscented on it? It might actually. Yeah, I don't smell anything with this product. And it also is lovely. Now, it's not as hydrating as the Bobbi Brown one. It's just not as thick, but it is a very, very similar product. And again, I can go right around my eyes with this. It's non-irritating. It sinks in. It doesn't sink in quite as quick as the Bobbi Brown one does. I feel like they're both really nice, hydrating primers. And the end result is very, very similar. So nothing for me, unfortunately, is going to dethrone this one that I've ever tried so far. Like this one is a little bit special, it's magic. But at $81, you know, maybe that's just not in your price range. This is a really good alternative. And I wanna say this is $10 or $12 or something for this. I've had a couple of these over the years. I really enjoy it. It's a really good product. Okay, now the trick with this video will be to keep which side is which straight. Okay, the reason I'm doing this video at all and what spawned this idea to do this video again, I recently purchased this product from Charlotte Tilbury and it's the Beuatifull Skin Foundation. Love it. Like, love it. I just recently posted a video where I did like an all-day wear test. So again, I'll link that up above and down below in case you want to check that out. This is fantastic. This in Canada is $55 and I have it in shade 3 Neutral. Now, it seems to me that it is a very similar finish on the skin to this product from The Ordinary, and it's their Serum Foundation. I've had quite a few people ask me about this foundation. The Ordinary has 2 versions. They have, I think it's called just the foundation, and then this one is, or maybe it's called Coverage Foundation. Anyways, if you're thinking of getting this, make sure you get the one that says Serum Foundation. They are completely different. I don't like the original foundation. This serum one is the favorite foundation in my collection right now. Okay, so let's go in first with this one from Charlotte Tilbury on half my face. I'm just gonna use one pump. You can see this is, it's a little bit runny, but it is quite a thick foundation. Like definitely way thicker than the one from The Ordinary. I'm gonna use a Shop Miss A sponge. It's a total dupe for the Beauty Blender, which I don't even own anymore. And I own an absolute ton of these Shop Miss A sponges. They're about $1. If you love the Beauty Blender, what are they, $20, $25 I think? Give this Shop Miss A one a shot. I think you would try it and love it and just never go back. Honestly, you guys, for the $1 or $1.50 that they are, they're fantastic. Same thing, like they're just the same. So there's got that Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation on half. And I think you can see it definitely perfects and, you know, smooths out the skin. Like it's gorgeous. It's dewy. It looks better through the day as far as I'm concerned. Like my makeup looks better even the longer this has sat on my skin. It's not settling into my lines or my crepiness. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's do it. So you do need to give this a pretty good shake and you will see it is runny like water. Like it's so thin, this product. I hope these shades, I do have an appointment after this. I hope I don't look crazy. Okay, that might have been way too much of that product. You know, it's funny that Charlotte Tilbury says it's a medium coverage foundation, and you know, I put things on with a sponge always and not a brush, so I feel like you do get a lighter amount of coverage when you use a sponge than when you go in with a brush. So, but I don't find it medium, maybe light medium, I would say. You can build it up. Like I have done that on days. I have built it up and I think it builds on itself really pretty. So does this foundation from The Ordinary. Like I go in with just this one light layer, but you can build it up. Okay, I'm gonna get in uncomfortably close. There is no difference. I can see no difference. It's crazy. I had a feeling they were gonna be similar. I feel like it looks exactly the same, even the shades. So in The Ordinary I have 1.2N, and in the Charlotte Tilbury I have 3 neutral for less than $6. That's what that Ordinary foundation costs. I know I rave about it all the time, but if you have not tried it, you guys go try it. Okay, let's keep going with the rest of our makeup. Okay, I have a little mini. So a little while ago I did a full face of Tarte products, which I really love a lot of Tarte products, and I tried this concealer. This is a little mini and it's the Hydrocealer, and I can't see what shade I have, maybe 1.2N. Fair Neutral, I think it says. Again, I will link all the products down below as I always do. But do you know, I really like, first of all, I really like this concealer. And I would even pick it up in the full size. Like it's quite nice. And it very much reminds me of this one from Revlon. So I had a subscriber recommend this to me. This is the Photoready Candid Antioxidant Concealer in 005. I love this. And I hope the colors are gonna be similar enough. This one is a little more yellow than the one from Tarte, but I feel like they are a similar consistency, very similar, and they are a very, very similar amount of coverage. So let me get these blended so you can see. I'll try to just do one eye on one side of the sponge, and then I'll kind of flip my sponge a little bit. These very much remind me of each other, and I'm sure that Tarte one is considerably more than the Revlon one in the full size. Even that little mini I think was $20 or something, but I have got quite a bit of use out of it actually. And I know I talk about it all the time, but I really like to purchase mini sizes just because I have, you know, more makeup than I'm ever going to get through, but I just love to try new things. So that's got that concealer on. Very, very similar. Like even up close in my magnified mirror, indistinguishable. Like I can't tell one side from the other. Okay, next what I normally do is I go in with cream products. So my normal routine is cream, blush, bronzer, highlight, and then I top it with powder, blush, bronzer, highlight. I don't have dupes for all of that today, but what I do have is a blush dupe, a cream blush dupe. So one of my favorite formulas is this one from Fenty Beauty, and it's just their cream Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush. This is actually in the shade Summertime Wine, and to be honest, this is not my favorite shade. When I got this, I had picked up like a little Sephora favorite set. I'm trying to think what my favorite shade was. I've used it up, so I don't have one here, but this shade is very, very similar, and the texture and how it applies to the skin, Very, very similar to this one from Milani. And this is the Cheek Kiss in Blushing Berry. Now, again, this is not the shade I would have picked up in this Milani blush, but when I went to buy them on the recommendation of a subscriber, this was the only shade they had available. So I feel like the shades are very, very similar on the skin. I prefer more of a soft mauve, and this is more of a pretty deep berry, but these are beautiful. They're beautiful. So I'm just gonna go in very light with my sponge. I will say the Milani packs more of a punch than this one from Fenty. Again, this is a very, very bright color for me. So you guys, I meant to do bronzer first. Well, we're here. So we'll just keep going. Like, it's beautiful. So I'm just gonna find a clean spot and take a little bit of this one from Milani. That's gonna be way too much because I know already that this really, like, it really packs a punch. So I'm just gonna find a spot where I don't have any of that blush, diffuse it out a little bit. Those products are so similar. How they feel in texture, let me just show you this one. They feel the same. They're incredibly creamy. There's the Fenty. And there's the Milani. And I know it doesn't look like it in the swatch, but the Milani one actually has more, packs more of a punch. They're very similar in all ways, in texture, in creaminess, in how they apply to the cheeks, and they're both gorgeous. These are really nice. I wish I could find other shades. I struggle to find Milani products here just local to me. I don't know, I might have to go on the website, but so there's my blush dupe for cream blush. These are incredibly similar to one another. Okay, we should have gone in with bronzer before blush, but I got ahead of myself. So on my high-end side, I'm gonna do it now anyway. I wouldn't normally do it in this order. On my high-end side, I'm gonna go in with this one from Rare Beauty. This is gorgeous. I have it in Happy Soul, and it's just the cream bronzing stick. I love this. I reach for this every day. It's so gorgeous. I'm just gonna find a spot where I don't have anything on my sponge and blend that out. Watch how easy this blends out. It's so effortless and it's just pretty. I think there's actually a lighter shade even than this Happy Soul, but when I was looking at swatches, this Happy Soul was the one I thought would be the best fit for me. How quick and easy was that? Now, this is not a complete dupe, but on my more low-end price point side, I'm gonna go in with this one from e.l.f. It's the Putty Bronzer, and I have it in tan lines. I don't like this nearly as much as I like that Rare Beauty bronzing stick. I don't like it in the pot. I wish it was in some sort of stick, or maybe even a lighter formula in a squeezy tube. I would prefer that. I struggle to use this because it's hard to get my sponge in there. Now, this bronzer does not pack the same amount of pigment or staying power as the Rare Beauty one. However, it is very, very nice. And I think at the price point, you would be very happy with this. This is a couple of dollars. Whereas the Rare Beauty one, is it 20? It's 20 something, I think. Again, I'll list it down below, but this is beautiful. I really like this, but I prefer the Rare Beauty one. However, if you were thinking, oh, I should try some sort of a cream bronzing product, but I don't know if I would like that sort of formula. The formula of these are very, very, very similar in that they're incredibly creamy. They blend out really easy. They're easy to use. And so I really like both of them for that. So not a complete dupe, but very similar. Okay, I'm gonna go in and just lightly set. I don't have a powder dupe, so I am gonna go in with this Beauty Bakery. This is the flower setting powder. Better, not bitter, and I have it in Oat Translucent. This is what I have right now in my Shop My Stash. It's really nice. Do I like it more than the Kosas? Absolutely not. That Kosas Cloud Set, I have it in the shade Airy. That is my absolute favorite, but this product is really nice too. Okay, now let's go in. I did not have a powder bronzer dupe, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. I didn't have a liquid highlighter dupe. However, what I do have for highlights, I have this product from Makeup by Mario, and I don't, to be honest, really love it. I don't reach for it. I don't use it. I feel like it's not a good fit for my mature skin. It really accentuates my texture and all of that. But what I will say, let me swatch it here. Let me get a little bit there. If you were wanting to try this, but you already own this product from ColourPop, this is the Super Shock Cheek in the shade Lunch Money. It's not the same formula. This is like a spongy, creamy, powdery texture. However, they are very similar. Very, very similar. Now, I prefer the Super Shock. When I was looking through my products, thinking of what would be dupes for things, this immediately came to mind because I feel like, let's get some of this on. Again, this is a powder. Like, it's a full powder highlight product. I don't know if I mentioned, this is the Soft Glow highlighter and I have it in the shade Pearl. So I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight with that. It's incredibly subtle. It's just that very slight little shift. And then also, now sometimes I pick this up on a sponge, sometimes I just tap it on with my finger, but you can certainly use a brush. I'm just gonna use the same brush. And let's put the ColourPop one on this side. So I think if you already own, and the reason I'm mentioning this as a dupe is that if you already own that Super Shock Cheek product from ColourPop, and probably lots of people do, because ColourPop's a pretty popular brand and pretty affordable. I think, and you were thinking of getting one of those Makeup by Mario highlighters, I think this is a very, very similar effect. Is it exactly the same? No. But would anybody notice that I have two different products side to side? No. Like, it is very, very similar. So I do really like those ColourPop Super Shock Cheek products, and I don't really enjoy this one from Makeup by Mario. What should we go in with next? Let's do the powder blush. So I do almost always top my cream blush with a powder blush. I just feel like for longevity, it really helps. I have this one from Patrick Ta, and this is the Monochrome Moment in She's Seductive. I love this. First of all, the component for all of his products, it's stunning, and then it's embossed with his logo there. This is beautiful. It's a really, really nice, soft, subtle powder blush, and it just sits beautifully on my cheeks. I love it. It's so pretty. But a product that I feel like is incredibly similar in texture, in shade, in all of that is this duo from e.l.f. This is, it's one of their blush highlight duos. I can't read what that says. I mean, who can read that little sticker? I don't even know which way is up and which way is down. Again, I'll put the shade down below, but it's this little duo from e.l.f. This highlighter I don't care for. Again, I'm just gonna go in with the same brush, but the blush is so similar to that one from Patrick Ta. Let me swatch these side by side so you guys can see. So that's the one from e.l.f. and that's the one from Patrick Ta. Let me build his up a little bit. I will say the e.l.f. one, the Patrick Ta one, you do have to build up a little bit, whereas the e.l.f. one is pretty powerful right from the first swipe in there. But I think you can see, let me blend that out a little bit, almost identical, honestly. And so again, I love this one from Patrick Ta, but this one from e.l.f. pretty much the same. And I think those Patrick Ta ones are, fairly expensive. I would like to try one of his duo blush, because I think he's got blush that have like a little compact with the cream and the powder. I would definitely be very interested to try one of those products. Okay, next let's go in with some brow stuff. So again, not to pick on Patrick Ta, because it's a brand I love, but I have this product from Patrick Ta, and this is the Shaping Wax in Clear, and I got this in a Sephora Favorites kit, and I love it. Now again, not a complete dupe. e.l.f. does have a shaping wax, but last time I tried to pick it up, they were sold out of it. But what they do have is these quads on the website. This is called, again, I don't know, e.l.f. doesn't really list what their stuff is called. It's in the shade dark brown. There's a bunch of shades. I picked it up in dark brown. It's got a clear pomade and a color pomade, and then 2 powder products. I can get a very similar effect in my brows with this clear pomade as I can with this Patrick Ta wax. I love the Patrick Ta wax, I really do, but do you need to spend the money on this? Probably not. And I bet you if I tried the e.l.f. wax, it would be very similar. So you do need to activate this a little bit. So I'm just gonna go in with some setting spray. Just give it a quick little spritz. I have the little spoolie. It did come with this brush, and you need very, very little. And I'm gonna go in here and just comb them up. This has great hold. You just have to be careful with this product. If you go in with too much, your brows will look soapy. They will look like you've got white little flaky bits in them. You guys, I'm due to get my brows done. They are a little bit unruly right now and a little hard to work with, but let's do our best. Okay, I'm just gonna use the same brush and I'm gonna dip into this clear, it's like a waxy pomade. They might even describe this as a wax, I'm not sure. And again, I might have grabbed too much. You have to be a little bit careful with that product too, that you don't get too much. And to be honest, I prefer the tinted side because then it's a one and done step for me. Look how long that brow hair is. Can you guys see that? Why? Why would you get that long? For what purpose? So I think you can see it's an incredibly similar effect. And in this product, you get 4 products. You know, in here you get the 2 powders and the 2 pomades or waxes. And in here you just get the 1. And I feel like I can do a complete brow look with this. I can run the powder through after, whereas this I need a separate product to go in with. So love the Patrick Ta product, but the e.l.f. one is more convenient, to be honest. I'm gonna run a little bit of a tinted brow gel through because I've got a pretty stark gray one on this side. You probably can't see it, and then I just have a little bit of sparseness. So I'm gonna go in with this. This is the Busy Gal Brows from Tarte, just one of my all-time favorite products. I don't have a dupe for this, although I could go in with the e.l.f. Brow Well probably on the other side. You know, a cheaper option to this product and a product that I absolutely love, but I do want my brows to look a little bit similar. Again, I have to go out, I have an appointment. How are we doing so far? Pretty similar, I think. Okay, let's go in now and just do a little bit of something on the lids. One of my favorite products that I reach for almost every single day is this Eyes to Mesmerize by Charlotte Tilbury, and I have it in the shade Champagne. I love this. You can see how much I've used. And then I had a lovely subscriber comment saying that this Revlon Color Stay cream eyeshadow, these, first of all, she felt like they were a really good dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. I think she said this shade Creme Brulee in 705 was very similar to this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury one. Let me build that up a little bit because I feel like it's hard for you to see even. It's so subtle. It's so gorgeous. Okay, and then let me do this one from Revlon. Now the texture is different. This is creamy, almost balmy, whereas the Charlotte Tilbury one is more whipped. Is this the one she said? I own 2 of them. This is the other shade I have in Praline. Let me see, maybe it was this shade. Oh yeah, you guys, it was this shade. It was this shade she said was similar. Well, let me build this up. I fear you're not gonna be able to see any of these on here, but the top one, that's the Charlotte Tilbury, that's the Creme Brulee, and that's the Praline. And so this is the one that she had said was the dupe for this one. So we're gonna put that to the test today. I have used that Revlon one and I love it. And the difference is I think the Charlotte Tilbury ones are $30 and these Revlon ones were on sale for $8 actually, which is just such a great deal. But let's go in first with this Charlotte Tilbury. Now what I have been doing is picking it up on a brush. I just find it's easier to apply that way. It's a flat shader brush and I just kind of smoosh it out on my hand a little bit. I was going in with my finger, but my nails were getting kind of long and I couldn't quite dip in the pot. And so I started putting it on with a brush and I actually quite prefer that. But you certainly could go in just with your finger. It couldn't be easier. You just sort of swipe it on your lid and then I do blend it up a little bit and make sure it's even. It's gorgeous. I wear it almost all the time. This Charlotte Tilbury one, it's magic. It just makes my lids look smoother. So even on days when I want to go in with another shadow, I use this as a base and I love it. Okay, let's take the Revlon one. Again, another flat shader brush, a clean one. It's a stiffer formula. And again, I'm just gonna smush it on another section of my hand here where that other product is not. This one I feel like I don't get this quite the same depth of color. Although the shade is similar, I don't get the same depth of color and it doesn't give me that same smoothness to the lids that the Charlotte Tilbury one does. However, from a speaking distance, I'm not sure anyone would notice that. And there's those 2 products there. I mean, very, very similar. I do prefer the Charlotte Tilbury one, but it is the smallest amount of difference is why I prefer it. Okay, let's go in with mascara. Now this one might surprise you guys a little bit. So of course, my favorite mascara right now on my high-end side is gonna be this Bite Upswing Mascara. I love this, I wear it every day. It's my all-time favorite mascara, love this. But I feel like I have this little mini that e.l.f. sent me. This is their Big Mood Mascara. I'm liking this more and more the longer I've had it. So this is just a little mini of this product. It's for sure my favorite e.l.f. mascara I've ever tried. My feeling is that because I'm liking it more and more the longer I've had it and it's dried out, I think I can get the same effect from both these products. What I feel is the Bite I'm gonna be done in about 30 seconds, and the e.l.f. one's gonna take me much longer. It's just more finicky. But let's go in with the Bite one. This is lovely. It's a thick, I actually heard somebody here on YouTube describe it as a thin formula. I don't find this a thin formula at all. It's a thick formula. It's quite a dry formula, and it's a massive wand. So I'm just gonna go in. You guys will see how quick and easy this is. It is storming like crazy outside. I'm sorry if that's so noisy. The wind, we get Chinooks where I live, and whenever a Chinook is coming or leaving, it's always the day before or hours before. It's this huge windstorm. So we've had quite mild weather, so I wonder if we've got a storm coming or snow coming or cold coming. Something will be coming. Okay, there's two very quick coats of the Bite Upswing Mascara. I love it. It's almost empty actually. It's so dry. I'm struggling to use it at this point, but I will use that mascara until there is not a drop left because it's $37. So let's go in with the e.l.f. one. Now this is more of a wet formula, but it is a drier formula. It's not super wet. And it's this crazy big wand, just like the Bite one, which I like, a big fluffy wand. I really like that. Because for me, what I want is all the things. I want volume, I want length, I want fullness. You know, I really just want it all. I want big dramatic lashes without wearing falsies because I don't know how to do that. Now again, this is not a total dupe. Like that Bite mascara for me is magic, and this is just okay. I just feel like the overall end result will be similar. But we'll see. What do you guys think? For the price difference, I don't know. This did take me longer, but maybe a couple minutes, honestly, or a minute. Like it didn't take that much longer. Okay, let's go in with setting sprays. Now I do have for my drugstore price point, this one from e.l.f. This is in my Shop My Stash right now, and you can see I'm almost done it. I've had many of these over the years, and this is really nice. It's just a nice hydrating setting mist, just an everyday setting mist. And then for my more expensive option, I have this one from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the Dewy Set. And the sprayer is very similar, and I feel like it does a very similar effect on my skin. So these setting sprays are very, very similar to me in that the sprayer is the same. The effect on my skin is the same. I think they're hydrating. I think they set my makeup down so it doesn't look as powdery, but I don't think either of these do much for longevity. So if that's what you're after, neither of these do that. I don't even think they claim to do that actually, but they feel nice on the skin. Neither one of these is my favorite, and I think they're very similar to one another. So if you were curious about this, I would just grab the e.l.f. one. I think it's a very, very similar product. And the e.l.f. one, I like the smell of better because it does have that coconut scent to it. Last product for my dupes video is gonna be lips. Now, I have long said that this Lifter Gloss from Maybelline is an exact dupe for the Fenty Gloss Bomb, the original Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. This is exactly that product. Doesn't smell as good as the Gloss Bombs, but still smells nice. These are really nice. These lifter glosses I love, and I know I mentioned recently in a video how much I love them and how I just had so many lip products that there was no way I could justify running out and purchasing another one. And then I did. I did. So I picked up this one, and this is in the shade Petal, 005 Petal. This is different than this. Now, I've had this one well over a year. So let me show you this one. This is the original one I bought in the shade Moon. This is a dupe for the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. This is the same thing. Like, it looks the same in everything. It's this very sheer, kind of just a slight iridescent formula, and I love it. I really love it. And so I was at the drugstore and I saw this shade and I thought, oh, that's pretty. And it's in the shade Petal. And again, it's a different formula. It's much more opaque in color. Can you see that difference? Like, look how glossy and light that looks, and look how this looks more almost to the point of a liquid lipstick. Like, not quite, but it has an absolute ton of pigment, and I just wasn't expecting that. I thought they would be very similar in formula, but they're really not. They're very different. And interesting, this new shade from Maybelline in the Lifter Gloss reminds me of the Fenty Cream Gloss Bombs, which again is a little bit different of a formula, more opaque in color. Now, these are not going to be exactly the same color, and this is just a little mini one. I don't have a full size, but the way that these apply on the lips, I feel like is very similar in that you get quite a bit of color with it. And maybe I didn't quite do that justice. Let me just build that up a little bit here so you can see. It's got quite a bit of pigment in it, and it's different from the original Gloss Bomb formula. So yeah, anyways, let's go in. It's hard to do lipstick on just one side, and they're not going to be the same shade, but I feel like on the lips they feel very, very similar. Okay, and then on the other side, I'm gonna do a little bit of the Lifter Gloss. But do you see it gives the same amount of opacity to the color? So I don't know if these come in different formulas or just different shades have different amounts of pigment in it and it changes the formula a little bit. I don't know, actually, or maybe they reformulated. I'm not sure. Again, I've had this Moon shade for well over a year and I love it, and then recently picked that up and I thought, oh, that really reminds me of that cream gloss bomb I have. Again, I just have a little mini of that. But yeah, so anyways, really happy with, you know, honestly, all of these products. So there you go, you guys. There's my high-end and my more drugstore price side. What do you think? I'm not sure anybody would know I had done half and half, honestly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this dupes video. Again, I will put up on the screen. How can I do it? How much each side cost. I don't know. I haven't done the math yet. I'm sure it is crazy shocking. But here's my high end and here's my lower end price points. I'm sure it's shocking. I'm sure I'm editing this just shocked right now at the difference. I know the first time I did this video, it was a shocking difference. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to watch one of my videos. You know I really appreciate that. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, if you would subscribe, I would really appreciate that. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.